I'm reading from the book by William H. Hess, who was a waist gunner in a B-17. His book is Big Bombers of WWII. As a result of the fighter attacks, things were getting perilous in a fortress named Johnny Reb. The tail gunner had gotten some hits, but in the top turret, one of the guns had jammed. One of the waist gunners had a blob of ice in his mask and was trying to free his gun with one hand and clear the mask with the other. In the nose, the navigator had fired at a crossing fighter when a burst of cannon fire tore through the windshield on the flight deck. Co-pilot Lieutenant Donald A. Walter was fatally wounded, and pilot Lieutenant Richard S. Starks suffered from plexiglass splinters. As he struggled for breath, Lieutenant Starks managed to call for help and get Bombardier Lieutenant Edward Sconier and Engineer Gunner Sergeant Allen to come up and assist. Lieutenant Sconiers managed to get the dead pilot out of his seat and replaced him at the controls. The pilot instructed Sconiers while Sergeant Allen did his best to aid the wounded men. The fortress dropped out of formation, but managed to make it home safely despite the loss of 2 engines. Another story. As the B-17s turned off the target, they were attacked by 36 German fighters. First hit was the fortress of Lieutenant Francis X. Schwarzenbeck. As the B-17 went down, the crew continued to blaze away at the enemy fighters when they should have been bailing out. 2 enemy fighters were seen to fall to their guns. The bombardier and 3 gunners survived. 2 other fortress crews were lost in the fight. The mission to Lorient marked the heaviest loss to any bomber group to date. Another description by Lieutenant Bruce Barton of the 91st Bomb Group, flying a B-17 named Chief Sly. The fighters were flying right through our formation, shooting everything they had. I sat up above and watched it as though I was in the balcony of a theater seeing a movie. 2 fighters went down flaming. A B-17 exploded in midair. Another dropped behind on fire, and parachutes began to pop out of it. It was a great show, but it left a sunken feeling inside of me.